baby is thrown away for appearance, and years later, his life changed. It was late September, just the first few days of the abandoned baby's life. Village people came to the hospital in India and asked to see the boy born with a deformed face. The 5-pound, 2-ounce baby had Bartsakas pappas, a rare syndrome that caused a cleft palate, missing eyelids and fingers, and legs fused together. When the child's biological parents and visitors looked at him, they saw shame. But Jessica and Raja Pulraj saw a child created in God's image. Jessica Kuksi Pulraj, a 25-year-old missionary from Jacksonville, and her husband Raja Pulraj, 31, a psychiatrist from India, saw their future son, Adam. This month, Jessica, a 2004 Stanton College preparatory graduate, and Raja came to the United States to get life-saving surgeries for their now 2-month-old son. When John Van Alst, a plastic surgeon from UNC Hospitals in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, heard Adam's story, he wanted to help. The Pulrajas believed that with the help of his colleagues and private organizations, the costs would be covered. But when Van Alst met Adam, he realized much more work was needed, including at least 10 surgeries. Some of the children with the syndrome die before they're born. Some die shortly after birth. But Adam is surviving. Adam is literally a 1 in a billion kid, Van Alst said. The Medical Foundation of North Carolina is helping the family raise $100,000 for Adam's medical costs and first set of surgery. That's when doctors plan to separate his gastrointestinal tract from his urinary tract, reconstruct the eyelids, and replace the tube that now goes in his mouth with one that will come out of his stomach. If Adam's surgeries are successful, doctors are optimistic he can live a healthy life. That's vastly different from just 2 months ago, when many people in a rural village of Assam, a northeastern state of India, believed the baby, who was abandoned at birth, only had days to live. Final prayer. Raja and Jessica weren't supposed to still be at Burroughs Memorial Christian Hospital in Assam by mid-September. They were planning to move in late August to another hospital in the northern part of India, but their move was delayed. And then they met someone who changed their lives. Raja was working as a medical superintendent at the hospital on September 19th when he texted his wife about a baby he just met. The boy had been born the previous day, and his biological parents didn't want anything to do with him, Raja was told. Word came back to the hospital that if the child was sent home, he would be poisoned by his biological family. And then an uncle came by and said, "I've come to say the final prayer before he dies." But the baby didn't die. On his 3rd day, Raja named him Adam. It seemed fitting for the devout Christian. God created Adam in his own image, and Raja knew God had done the same with this little boy, despite his deformities. Jessica and Raja immediately started caring for Adam. Jessica worked with the nurses in the hospital, encouraging them to care for Adam as they would for other children. As they washed the baby, he cried. If he can feel pain and cry, then he can feel comfort and love, Jessica told the nurses. The couple didn't have plans to have a child yet. They had married in Jacksonville at Lakewood United Methodist Church in March. Hospital officials agreed to become Adam's guardian, but Jessica and Raja couldn't stand to think of him as being moved from room to room to make space for new patients, so they took Adam home. Probably what this child needs more than anything is a family and a sense of identity, Jessica said. Within the first week of his life, they knew they wanted Adam to be their first child. His adoption was final at the beginning of November. Lessons from Adam. As the Pulrajas fell in love with Adam, they started to share his story with their friends and emails. One of those friends, who worked at UNC Hospitals, was talking to a colleague. That person said she knew Van Alst, who specialized in plastic surgery of children and cleft palates. He was immediately drawn to Adam. "I realized at that point if there was anything I could do, I wanted to do it," he said. The Pulrajas arrived in America November 8th and first came to introduce Adam to his maternal grandparents, great-grandparents, and other family in Jacksonville. Then they headed to Chapel Hill. Soon after, he was diagnosed with a bloodstream infection. That's because his urinary tract and gastrointestinal tracts are connected, causing stool to go into Adam's urinary tract. If this bloodstream infection had happened in northeast India, baby Adam would have been dead, Van Alst said. In addition to his facial deformities, Adam doesn't have fingers, and doctors aren't sure if both of his legs can be fully saved. But other tests have shown that, for the most part, Adam looks healthy internally. To get started, the hospital needs $100,000. Van Alst is confident the money will come in when people hear about Adam's story. He said already hospital workers are helping in any way they can, including a doctor and his wife, who are allowing the Pool Rajas to stay with them right now. He has two loving parents, a family of supporters, a widening circle of people who have been touched by his young life, the same way Jessica and Raja were when they first saw him, Van Alst said. The journey won't be easy. Jessica and Raja know that, but they don't doubt for a minute it'll be worth it. There was incredible peace that enveloped his fragile, swollen body. He'll be missed by so many. It's indescribable to explain this ache, yet to imagine his body restored and to imagine him surrounded by glory and welcomed by his Father, it's a pretty good balm to our weary souls. We kind of learned we're taking care of Adam, but it's Adam who's taught us more about life, Raja said.